Okay. Hello, masters. Welcome. Welcome to our another wonderful and great session today. Today we are going to talk or learn about a new topic from another great master. So this master is from Atlanta, Georgia. He's an amazing master. Anybody in Atlanta must be knowing him for his lot of contributions toward different areas, be it in energy and be it in setting up things or be it in straightening things. So he's none other than Arun Kumar Alladurgam. A brief intro about himself is he's working as a senior software engineer for a corporate telecommunications company. He's practicing meditation more than a decade, and he's also actively spreading the wisdom from more than 5 years, teaching meditation and conducting the events, local events, online events, and then putting up the stalls, and then setting up, going to different cultural activities or cultural activities which happens across, and he also participate in actively take part volunteer activities in some of the our online channels, PSSM USA, PMC USA, and very active member in Atlanta Pyramid Meditation Academy, and he also contributes to the mini and mega meditation summits. Welcome, Master Arun. The floor is all yours. We are all excited to hear from you today's topic, Grow Beyond. So, friends, let's understand what is this Grow Beyond. We all know, like, okay, we all wanted to grow, but is there a limit? What is that stopping us to grow? Or what are the different areas that we have to work on ourselves? Let's learn from him. Welcome, Master Arun.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Pushpa. Yeah, getting a validation or acknowledged from the great master like you is always blessed to be here. Thank you. Yeah, today we are going to talk about Grow Beyond. Before that, like I want to introduce myself. My name is Arun. Yeah, I've been part of this thing in Atlanta for almost 6 or 7 years odd. Yeah, thank you. So let's go into the topic. Before going into the topic, I wanted to understand that this topic is actually having some sense in the spiritual, material, and corporate level. So let's try to touch each and every area as we move on from one slide to the other slide or one step to the other step. Let me share my screen. I just prepared some sample PPT. I'm not good at presenting, but I will just try. This is one sort of growing beyond than what I am. Yeah, thank you. Can you see my screen? Can someone just
Yes,
validate?
yes,
Yeah, we
yes.
can see.
Okay, thank you. Awesome. Yeah, so today we are going to talk about grow beyond. The name itself says like we are actually growing to some extent, but going to the next level. How do we actually limit ourselves? We'll talk about all the stuff today. Like this is something that is not theoretical. This is something that is not I have read in the books or something like that. No, nothing. So it is practically experienced by me. Whatever I experienced so far in different areas, I'm just trying to cover them. My experience might help you. That is what my intention is all about. So yeah, let's go. Let's dive. So these are the few agenda topics that I have chosen today. This topic is wide. I cannot say that this can be explained only in this particular set. This is wide variety of things that we can cover as part of this thing. So I just try to cover a focused area of some of the things today. Let's try to go. So the first one is like I wanted to understand like what exactly this grow beyond, and then what are the challenges that we'll have, actions, find paths, improve yourself. So let's see. So the first thing that we need to understand is what exactly beyond. So every time, whenever we are talking, our actions, our thoughts, our behaviors, you name it, everything, as we grow, as we absorb things from outside world, by looking at the people, by looking at the society, by looking at movies, like everywhere we'll perceive a lot of things, and we create a definition for each and everything, be it perfection, be it judgments. You do a judgment because of something that you have learned already. Based on that, you are going to judge. If you are complaining about something, that means you already have something on your mind that these are the things that needs to be, but it is not in that way. So that's the reason, like, we are complaining. So for perfection also, my perfection is always having a definition, that definition will not be the same thing for the other people. In their definition, the perfection has a different meaning altogether. So every time, all these things are common, but it is not common for everyone. So if you are complaining about something, means the perfection that you are expecting is something different from the perfection of somebody else. So even for the retrospection, if you are doing something on any event or session or anything of the past event, we are trying to see something and defining something, like every time, all that we observe, based on that absorption of different things, the different perceptions, we create all these patterns altogether. So this is how our image, our structure, our mental body, our physical senses, or the emotional senses get created. It is not just us, but it is our absorption on things around creates all these stuffs in us, and that will build an image for us. So try to understand that this is not just us, but our absorption towards the society, and that is how we see the society. So this is a basic thing that actually creates ourselves. So let's go and see what exactly this particular, all the definitions that we create, right? That will actually create a lot of boundaries for ourselves. So each and every perception on each and everything will create a boundary for us, that this is, if you create a boundary like this, and until this point it is perfect. If it goes beyond that, it is not perfect. Until this point it is good. If it goes beyond that, it will be something like, I'm going to complain about it. For anything, we'll have some certain boundaries that we create. Each and every time it goes to that boundary, then it creates a challenge for us. So let's try to understand what are the challenges that we create when we are reaching to that boundary, that line, that thick line that we create for ourselves. That anything that goes to that limit, then we are going to get triggered, right? So those are the things that we call as a boundary line. That could be our limitations. I'm not good enough. I can't do this. I mean, if it reaches to that point, then I cannot do that. That is not perfect. I cannot achieve that. Like some consciousness. Like it will limit us because of the boundaries that we created based on the definitions that we had in the from the past. So we just tend to reject some things that goes beyond that line. If we have anything like like perfect, the people, the perfection, right? You have a thin line. If it goes anything that is deviating from the thick line, then you'll get triggered, you'll get the friction. Like, I want only this way, then I am going to do that. If it is going anything here and there, then yeah, I'm not going to touch that. I'm not going to involve in that. Like, you'll have different areas where you all feel that stuff. We all have these things. This is not something that only few people will have this. Anyone who is not having these things are like kind of nirvana, nothing like that. Everyone will have these things. Even anyone who's in the enlightened state or who's just started his life, everyone will have all these things. So what exactly that we need to do when we are reaching to that thick line, which actually creates the perfection or all the definitions that we created so far? So this is where we need to understand that, yes, we need to accept that we have some boundaries. Yes, we need to accept that we created some definitions for ourselves. Yes, we need to accept that there is something that I can actually go beyond and accept, go improve. All these things we have mentally will think a lot of things like this is how we need to do, this is how we need to improve, this is how we need to do. All these things will clutter in our life and will keep postponing that. Yes, I need to improve in this area, but I'm not doing it. All these things will somehow it creates an image for ourselves that we close all the doors because of the pending state of your ability to grow out of your boundary. You again need to come to this life again to get yourself step up to a new level. So each and every time we come to this planet Earth only to step up ourselves. Because anything that is already there, anything that you have already learned, anything that you already know, you don't do it again in this life. So every time you are coming here just to grow beyond. Every time you are getting a friction, that means you got a chance to grow beyond. Anytime if you are feeling that, yes, this is very hectic, yes, that is a place where you have to grow. Anywhere like you are feeling like, oh, this is very tensed area, I cannot do this. That is a place you chose yourself to be there to grow beyond that place. So for all these things, for all the thoughts, the only thing, the only solution for you is to bring all those things into action. So anywhere you feel like you cannot do this, put it in the action. If your action is missing there, then again, you're just keep postponing the things. Rather, you're like you're just trying to escape. You can escape for some time, but there won't be any escape after like after a couple of things that you crossed. So each and every time the action is very important, friends. Each and every time, like for myself, I took a lot of actions in the last 1 year or so. Anything that I cannot do, I know that I defined myself that I cannot do these things. So then I started putting everything into action. Anything that I cannot do, write them, do it in the action. That is what I try to do. In the most of the time in the last 6 or 7 months, I did lot of things that I haven't done so far in my entire life. In the last 35 years or so, I did not do things that I've done in the last 1 year. That's why I'm feeling this subject is more connected to me. Like, what are the things that I've done that I've grown beyond my original self? So there are like many people who actually talk about actions. Like for say, example, Tignata says, your actions are your true belongings, not the speeches, not the patterns, not the dialogues, the greatest dialogues that you'll say in your daily life. Your actions are your true things. Your actions are your main image. It's not that how good you're talking, how good you're sleeping. I mean, how good you are actually doing, well versed or well dressed. All those things will come at the later point, but your actions are not good enough, then you have a no image there. And some small deeds, I mean, out of thousand thoughts you have, if you do not put anything into action, then all those thoughts does not have any energy. So small deeds done are better than great deeds planned. So you don't need to plan a vast, greatest things or greatest events that you need to plan. No, small plans, small executions, small things that you have done is always better. So try to understand that. So you don't need to create a vast, like organizational, structural, planned things in your mind, but in the execution, you did not put anything in the front line, then it doesn't matter that how many thoughts you have, how many great plans you have. Next, words may inspire, but only actions create change. That is very, 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 very important for us. So anything that you say, the greatest things that you say, it doesn't matter if you are not putting them into actions. So your actions actually create the change, not your words, not your speeches, not your, like all that stuff. Your actions. Ultimately, your actions is defines you. The next thing, it's very simple. So each and every time, whenever you do an action, that is when you try to define new things. You will find the new solutions. Until that time, the whatever the perfect planning that you have, if it isn't executed, you'll not find a solution. You'll not know what is the outcome of that particular action. Unless and until you have an action in the front line on the ground, you'll never know what is going to be the outcome. So each and every time for every action that you take, you'll have one good solution. The solution could be better, worse, or something, right? But you will understand that, okay, if I do this thing, this is what is going to happen in this current situation with the current capacity of whatever we have, with the current skill set that we have. So each and every action will give some or the other way, some outcome will be there, and some or the other way will get a solution. So the next thing is, for every new things that you do, you'll find new people. You'll find new persons, new introductions, new friendships, new goals, new ideas. All those will come only when you try to encourage yourself to be accepted from the people outside. Then only all these things will happen. So new ideas will come. New ideas will get encouraged. New ideas that you can implement by yourself, and the new challenges. So new challenges is always fun. So every time, like, if you do not put anything into actions, the old challenges will stay just like that, and you just keep lingering around, like whatever the challenges that you feel like every time that you plan. So if that is never gonna get addressed, then all those challenges will stay just like that. So every time, whenever you feel like a challenge, throw it into an action. Then, if once you get a solution, right, then you'll just grow beyond that challenge, and you'll find a new challenge. So as long as you are getting the new challenges, it is always fun, because you'll never get bored of the challenges. So you'll always feel much. And this is something that is already explained in the book Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. In that book, there is a lot of things that actually creates lot of new challenges. Every time you are learning a new stuff, then the genetic structure in your body completely changes. The biological changes that you see enormously in yourself, that is actually going to create a lot of new stuff in your body. That is what the next step is, new growth. You will have the new growth every time whenever you are doing some new actions. So let's say I'm going to give like 5 or 6 challenges that I have crossed in the last 1 year. I was the one not at all interested in meditation for more than 3 or 4 hours. But suddenly, yes, why cannot I do that? Let's put it into action. Then I started doing 24 hours of meditation that I haven't done any time in the recent past. Suddenly I did it. And the second thing is, I am the person kind of very talkative, very unnecessarily talking, unnecessary loose talk. I just do just like that without thinking anything else. But I was the one who sat for 48 hours in silence. That too in the tour along with 20 different people who actually needs fun. And I'm that what you call not into organizing, not into a level of detailing, into organizing the events, all that stuff. I'm completely new to that, but I was able to make myself into the part where I can do some sort of little bit of organization here and there. That I was able to do that without much, like effort. Because all these things, right? Like if I keep on telling these things, right? Like in the maintenance of coding for whatever the organization that we are doing on the email stuff, the website stuff, all this stuff, they are all new things to me. I haven't done that before. The only thing that I always feel is, whenever I feel like this is not my cup of tea, then yes, that is what I need to try. Whenever I feel like, oh, okay, this is their part. If this is not my job, this is somebody's job. Somebody will always take care of these things. Whenever I feel like that, then my consciousness is incomplete. My consciousness is always incomplete whenever I am saying that this is not my job, this is somebody else's job. They are perfect in this. Whenever I say that, whenever there is something that is stopping in our evolution, then we are limiting ourselves. So try go and experience different things every time. You cannot say for yourself that I have this image, I only do this stuff. I cannot do that stuff. Whether it is going to be perfect or imperfect, it doesn't matter. Just go and try it. Nobody is going to judge you that you are not doing it in a perfect way. That happens in the corporate level. But this is for you. This is for your own learning. You're not doing this for somebody else. You are doing this for yourself. This is your life and you are going to live and learn. So try to see this as something that you are learning, something that you are growing, something that it is actually changing your life to the new levels. See, this is where we grow beyond. So the next thing, I think I'm too preachy, but I'm just telling whatever I learned so far. So this is the last thing that I wanted to share with everyone, that we are here as a new person. So someone who saw Arun like last 6 months and someone who saw now, completely it will change. This will happen to everyone. Every 6 months you have to try new things so that someone cannot say that, hey, this guy is going to do only these things. This guy cannot do these things. This guy is not into this stuff. If that image is getting created for yourself, then yes, you need to improve. You are still, I mean, some people are still seeing you with this kind of image. Then yes, that's where we need to understand that yes, I have something to improve, something that I can do better, something that I can do much bigger than what people are thinking about me. As something for yourself, it is not for somebody in the society. It is for yourself. You cannot make yourself stick to some things, create some boundaries and live there for your entire life. So you always need to open different chakras within yourself, different layers to explore different level of gigantic this world. You need to explore all the stuff within and outside. That's when you'll get the new results, you'll get the new outcome, and you'll get your new self to yourself. You are going to introduce yourself every time in a new way in your new life, and that will all be fun and enjoy all that new learnings that you have every time whenever you achieve something, right? You don't need to show it to the world, but for yourself, you'll be very much satisfied. You'll have new skill sets now. You have new patterns now. You have new improved self now. That's all. Thank you so much for listening to me. I'm so happy. What is my next slide? Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, for your time and attention, for everything. I just love your what you call listening energies on me. Thank you. That's it. I'm gonna stop my sharing. I'll be open to questions if there is any. Or
Thank you, Arun. That is wonderful, wonderfully put together. And the wisdom, like I was about to ask you, can you give us some examples from your own life? And then you started picking up the examples from your own experience. Wonderfully put together what stops us, like the limitations, the comparisons, or whatever it is, and how do we break that. So, yeah, thank you. It is really a thought provoking. It is really something that, okay, you don't have to take a gigantic steps, a small steps, like example, oh, I cannot do a meditation. I cannot get up in the morning 5:30. I just try to get up for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So such a great concept, and put it in a very simple way. We simply love you, Arun. So very nicely put together. Friends, if you have any questions, please raise your hand. I'm sure you will have hundreds of questions. Praveen, yeah, please go ahead.
Not a question, but this was a really amazing topic. I mean, everyone knows you as a fun-loving candidate. Today, you come up with a amazing topic. I mean, so this is again another way you broke the pattern in terms of how you deliver and how you come up with such an intense topic in this manner. Yeah, I just thoroughly enjoyed.
thanks. Bye.
Arun, we loved your session. Me and Nandini are watching. Yeah, this year we want to go beyond, and we also would like to try the things you mentioned. You beautifully presented. Yeah, we loved your session.
Yeah.
Yeah, simple and beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah, I have like n number of things that I have tried in the last 1 year. Like even in the speeches or giving sessions are also very difficult for me, but I kind of like broke that pattern. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you brought your true self out today. Maybe so many people were surprised.
Yeah,
Hello, Arun. This is Seema.
yeah, yes, ma'am.
Yes, wonderful session. I enjoyed listening to you. And I love the idea that every 6 months people should see that change in each. Every time they see us, they should see that, hey, something different. She can do this now or he can do that now, not be stuck with one idea about yourself. So you should keep that momentum, right? So I like that concept very much, Arun. That was very nice. I'm going to try that challenge.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank
Even
you.
if it is helping you, means like if you change for your next 6 months, then my presentation has some meaning in it. Thank
No,
you.
that really is a very nice point because people take as our personality for granted, and we also accept we don't try any new challenges or anything, and so this is good way to present. At 6 months is a good time to do something for ourselves, and others can see that change also. Not for others to see, but it's in the end, it's good for us. That's all.
Yes, yeah, thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
So I have one question.
Yes.
So you said we all limit ourselves, and then we have to break of being ourselves. How do you bridge that gap? Like being in a limitation, being I can't do this and I can do this. So how do you jump from this state to that state?
That is the reason like we have to have it in actions. So every time you feel like something is, like something is stopping you, just put it in actions. I mean, just don't give a thought. Don't give a logical thought. Logical thought will always stop you some or the other way. Yeah, just go for the actions. Yeah, that is what I just did. Like I did not give a single thought whether I can do it or that thing. Nothing. I just decided to go for 24 hours and then went within 10 minutes. If I keep thinking for just at least an half an hour, then I'll definitely not gonna do that. So because like if you talk or think for more than an hour or 30 minutes, your logical mind will come and show all the possibilities that you cannot do it. So don't give a logical thought, just put it in actions.
Okay.
I mean, at least that helped me. I'm not sure like if everyone will get the same kind of response for their thought process. It could be a different way for them. But for me, like it really worked. That action thing without a thought, logical thought helped me.
Yeah, that's great to hear. I mean, irrespective of whether I'm gonna succeed, I'm gonna fail, just start
Yeah.
one step, and then yeah, things will fall in places.
Every time, like the other thing that I wanted to share here is every time whenever you are trying new things, right, it will never be perfect. The idea itself, it will never be perfect. The execution will never be perfect. Never the no, it is never going to be the same way that you planned before you start the action. So every time it is going to show some new. I mean, if your perfection level is this thing, then your first action will be somewhere here. But each and every time you try, right, you'll somewhere, yeah, you'll definitely go to that level, but not on the first attempt itself. So that's okay. Don't worry about the perfection. Just go and put it in the action.
Thank you. Yeah, very, very, very well explained, and you are the living example for that one. Thank you. So you want to take us to the meditation?
Yes, yeah.